Now, there have been concerns about the state of some of Johannesburg's fire stations for many years now. Some don't have fire engines or adequate working equipment. This week, Joburg's MMC for Public Safety, David Tembe, is visiting some of those fire stations in areas such as Cosmo City, Diepsloot, Lone Hill, Midrand and Ivory Park. He's joining us now more to discuss about what he's been finding out on the ground, plus on other issues. Mr. Tembe, good afternoon. Thank you very much for your time. I see you are in your office. I thought we might find you at a fire station. How are your visits going, your oversight visits so far to these various fire stations? Maybe you're muted. Can you unmute yourself? Sorry, I can see you speaking.
Yeah.
But I can hear you now.
Thanks,
yes.
Thanks for having me. I visited already five fire stations, but I still have to visit about 25 fire stations to check and see what are the burning issues, especially in emergency services.
Yeah, pardon the pun, visiting fire stations to check the burning issues. That's pardon the pun there. But what are you seeing what have you found out so far that you didn't know? Because we've known for some time as Joburg residents that the state of fire stations in and around the city is not great.
Yeah, of course, but then it's not great. Our response time is not that good enough. But then you can't respond if you don't have enough fire engines. In some other station like Ivory Park, there's no fire engine. Cosmo City, there's no fire engine. But then a fire engine will have to respond from, let's say, from Sandton, or it can respond from not from Ivory Park, but from a different station which is far away. By the time they arrive, the structural fire has already dealt a blow to those families.
How many fire engines are in operation currently in the city of Joburg?
Yeah, at the moment, it's not more than 10. It's less than 10.
That's shocking.
Yeah, of course. During my time in 2001, we had about 107, what we call it, red fleet. But now it's not more than 10. It is shocking, of course.
What are you planning to do about it?
Yes, we are new here, and the coalition government is working very, very hard to ensure that the city of Johannesburg citizens are taken care of and they are being made to feel safe in the city. However, there are issues that we still have to deal with the issues of tenders. It might take a bit of time, but we are working very, very hard to ensure that we get our fire engines.
So is the plan to go back to over 100 fire engines in the near future? Is that what your coalition council is planning?
Yeah, we'll do our best to ensure that the fire engines, for an example, if you've got a fire engine that will be in Alexander, is different from the fire engine that will be in Sandton, because a high-rise building. The other one is you find that a big fire engine won't be able to maneuver in the area such as Alexander. But we are going to ensure, based on my experience as a former acting chief of EMS, we will ensure that everything goes according to the plan.
The staff morale must be low. Eh? I mean, you've only been to 5 so far fire stations. You're going to be visiting more for the rest of the month. The staff morale, what are you seeing? What have you seen so far?
Yeah, the staff morale is low, especially if they don't see the leadership. But when I spoke to them when I went there, they said for 11 years, you are the first MMC to visit us. So they felt that because I was one of them, and they felt that something will change. But then when I look at it, any person, his morale won't be that much high. If you go to work every day and you just sit there, and the community come and say that my house is burning, and there's nothing you can do, of course, the morale will be not that high. But I'm trying to build that morale. We are trying to build that morale. We have to create some special units whereby they can feel that they are being taken care of and the community is taken care of. And I'm proud to say that the urban search and rescue was sent to KZN to go and assist. And when they came back, they were interviewed in a station, and you could see that they were happy to be doing something.
Okay. Away from fire engines, while I have you, before you go, Mr. Tembe, as a new MMC for public safety in Joburg, you said to me a few weeks ago when I interviewed here in the studios in Hyde Park of ENCA that you're going to be deploying an extra Metro police officers in and around the hotspots of Johannesburg. How is that program going? Is it effective? Are you succeeding in stamping out crime in those identified hotspots in the CBD of Joburg?
Yes, we are succeeding because they are not driving around in cars, they are walking around. We have got about 1,800 officers, and they are doing what we call it block patrol and zonal policing. And most of the people or most of the criminals who does smash and grab, they have been arrested. And I don't have the stats, I asked for the stats today, but we are winning.
Okay, we'll talk to you again in the near future after you've visited all the fire stations, and we can understand what is your plan of action going forward. I mean, to have, for a city the size of Johannesburg, to have less than 10 working fire engines is a disgrace. More than shocking, because as you said, we need to feel safe in this city. Thank you very much. David Tembe is the MMC for public safety here in Johannesburg, part of the new incoming coalition government. A few years ago, he said, with more than 100 fire engines, this city now has got 10, or if not less than 10, that are in good working condition. That's not what you expect to hear from the city of gold. It is a disgrace. Now,